Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Tuesday, March 8, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Phoenix Suns vs Orlando Magic. The Phoenix Suns and Orlando Magic meet Tuesday in NBA action at the Amway Center. The Phoenix Suns look for a win after splitting their last 6 games. The Orlando Magic look for a win after splitting their last 6 games. Our first pick is Orlando Magic +8. And here is why. The short-handed Suns fell victim to Chris Middleton and his 44 points in a 132-122 loss to the Milwaukee Bucks on Sunday. The Suns were playing without their usual all-star starting backcourt of Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Booker missed his 3rd straight game due to the NBA's health and safety protocols. Paul broke his right thumb on February 16 and is expected to miss the majority of the rest of the regular season. Phoenix still owns the best record in the NBA by a comfortable margin and is 7-3 in its last 10 games. The Suns are a dominant team, however, it can be difficult for the team to be motivated in games like these against bottom feeders such as the Magic. Phoenix is playing without Chris Paul, and leading scorer Devin Booker also remains out of action. The Magic have been competitive. They have registered a 3-2 record in their last 5 games and have won 2 out of their last 3 home bouts. Furthermore, while the Magic's biggest issue this season has been the offense, they have increased their production recently. They have averaged 110.2 points in their last 5 games, which is above their season average of 103.8 points. And our second pick is under 224.5 points. And here is why. Cole Anthony hasn't fared well lately, shooting 37% from the field in his last 3 games. The 21-year-old point guard has improved from this rookie season and enters with an average of 17.4 ppg and 5.7 rpg. Franz Wagner has connected on at least 50% of his field goals in 6 out of his last 8 games. The 20-year-old small forward scored 15 points last time out and has tallied an average of 15.6 ppg and 4.7 rpg. Wendell Carter Jr. did not play on Saturday due to an illness and is questionable. The 22-year-old owns an average of 14.3 ppg and 10.4 rpg on the season. Devin Booker has now missed the last 3 games due to health and safety protocols and will not play in this one. The 25-year-old star has scored at least 25 points in 3 consecutive games and is sporting an average of 25.6 ppg and 5.2 rpg. DeAndre Ayton continues to shine and has scored at least 20 points in 3 out of his last 5 clashes. The 23-year-old center enters with an average of 16.6 ppg and 9.7 rpg. Michael Bridges is consistently producing and owns an average of 13.5 ppg. Chris Paul remains out long-term. New Orleans Pelicans vs Memphis Grizzlies. The New Orleans Pelicans travel to the FedEx Forum to battle the Memphis Grizzlies on Tuesday night. Our first pick is Memphis Grizzlies, 5.5. And here is why. New Orleans played a gritty game against the Nuggets but could not contain Nikola Jokic in a 138-130 overtime loss on Sunday. Brandon Ingram had 38 points for New Orleans. The Pelicans had won 4 in a row before this one and are in position for the play-in tournament. New Orleans is now 5-5 in its last 10 games and has a 2.5 game cushion in the 10th and final play-in spot in the Western Conference standings. The Pelicans are looking like a well-oiled machine these days, with CJ McCollum finally settling in with his new teammates. But they're about to have another setback in a road trip to Elvis Land on Tuesday to take on the Grizzlies. Ja Morant wasn't even on the floor when these 2 teams met up in February, and the Grizzlies still rolled to a 121-109 victory at New Orleans. Things won't get any better on the road in Memphis, with Morant coming off that ugly performance against the Houston Rockets. He'll be looking to make an example out of someone, and this clash with the visiting Pelicans seems like the perfect place to start. New Orleans is averaging 14.3 turnovers per game this season, and their defense has been the equivalent of a rollercoaster. It's hard to envision the Grizzlies having as bad of an offensive performance as they had against the Rockets. There's no room for error with the Golden State Warriors chomping at their heels for the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. They'll put another roadblock in front of the Pelicans' triumphant comeback attempt. I'm laying the points and taking the Grizzlies. And our second pick is under 231.5 points. And here is why. Of course, the loss to the Rockets stung the most considering Houston is tied for the worst record in the NBA. Ja Morant struggled shooting from the floor, and Jaren Jackson Jr. racked up 5 fouls in 13 minutes. It was a nightmare from start to finish for the Grizzlies. The Pelicans have scored 123+ points in their last 4 consecutive games, and they've held 3 of their last 4 opponents to less than 100 points. So they aren't just doing it on the offensive side of the ball. Things are suddenly clicking defensively for the team as well. Now that the team actually has a fighting chance, the defensive effort is kicking into high gear, and they're putting up a fight. Milwaukee Bucks vs Oklahoma City Thunder. The Milwaukee Bucks invade the Pelicans Center to battle the Oklahoma City Thunder on Tuesday night. Our first pick is Milwaukee Bucks, 14.5. And here is why. Milwaukee is currently tied for second place in the Eastern Conference, in a deadlock with Philadelphia, and 3 games behind Miami for the top spot, as well as holding just a half-game edge over the Bulls. Every game is vital for the Bucks as they look to hang on to home court advantage and secure one of the top seeds. Their recent stretch where they knocked off Chicago, Miami, and Phoenix in succession has helped, but they will need to keep their foot on the gas and take care of business against a weak Thunder team if they are going to avoid getting overtaken by strong Philadelphia and Chicago teams. The Thunder survived the lopsided spread against the Utah Jazz, but they'll come up short against the visiting Bucks. Things are starting to look eerily familiar to last season, with the Bucks getting hot in the final stretch of the regular season. They're going to roll into the Pelicans Center and incinerate a Thunder team that would need to be a defensive juggernaut to make up for their severe offensive struggles. The team is ranked dead last in offensive efficiency, with barely a prayer of even a puncher's chance. They're out of their weight class in this game against one of the best scoring offenses in basketball. Sure, the Bucks have struggled at times defensively against teams capable of making them pay. But who is going to make them pay for their mistakes at Oklahoma City besides Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? The Thunder are void of the talent right now to keep it close against Milwaukee. They don't even have Luguentz Dort and Josh Giddey in the lineup. I'm laying the points big on Milwaukee. And our second pick is under 230.5 points. And here is why. Milwaukee looks like they're transitioning to postseason form with the team averaging 123.3 points in their last 3 outings. There's clearly no answer for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the Bucks seem pretty impossible to defend when Chris Middleton has his shot going like he did against the Phoenix Suns. The Oklahoma City Thunder have been in a major slump as they've lost 10 of their past 13 games overall, and they will be hoping to snap a 2-game skid after getting beaten by the Jazz in a 116-103 loss on Sunday. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the team with 33 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists and 4 steals. Aleksej Pokusevski added 12 points with 11 rebounds and 4 assists, while Darius Bosley chipped in with 11 points. As a team, the Thunder shot 42% from the field and 8 of 40 from the 3-point line as they struggled to find their offense right from the start and trailed by as many as 23 points before making a late run to keep the final scores respectable. Tree-Man had a night to forget as he finished with just 6 points on 2 of 13 shooting from the field and 0 of 7 shooting from the 3-point line. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.